Greetings, I'm Dike Rostant. Welcome back to the TTT News. The Carbon Zero Institute of Trinidad and Tobago's ClimaVision series video competition and more are coming up in the discussion with founder of the Carbon Zero Institute, Donald Baldeosingh, as well as Chrisane Boodoosingh and Amaya John-Budhoo of the Naparima Girls High School Eco Activist Club. And welcome, ladies and the gent, for making the time. Ladies, I see you actually even in school uniforms. But I want to start off with Mr. Baldeosingh, please giving us an overview about the Carbon Zero Institute and the video competition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rostant. The Carbon Zero Institute of Trinidad and Tobago is a non-profit organization completely dedicated to reducing our carbon footprint and promoting sustainability. We spend a lot of time with corporations in reducing and offsetting their carbon footprint, and very importantly, with the young people of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, helping them to prepare for the climate disaster that awaits, and also to get involved in taking action to avert that disaster itself. The ClimaVision series is about promoting climate leadership and looking into the future to see what the outcome awaits us with the current trends, and also look at how we can prevent it.
Thank you so much. And Chrisane and Amaya, what actually inspired you all to enter this competition?
Well, seeing how climate change has had such a drastic effect on us, our environment, and also knowing the impacts it will have on our lives in the future, we were determined to make a change and to try to curb climate change before it was too late.
And
Hence, we saw the competition as a good way of doing this, as it brings awareness to the situation, not only to our peers, but both past and future generations, informing them about the detrimental effect that climate change will have in the future, and encouraging everyone to not take this lightly. We also felt excited to take this opportunity to creatively express our passion for the environment and collaborate with each other. Also, as members of the Eco Activist Club of our school, it seems perfect for us to promote the club's objectives.
So it's one thing to say, okay, well, yes, we're going to be a part of this competition. But Chrisane and Amaya, how did you choose the approach to the video?
So basically, right, we wanted to highlight the negative impact that it will have in the future, so that way it would enlighten persons to actually start to make a change. Because if we did the positive impacts, persons wouldn't take it, and they would basically just be like, it's not a big deal. But showing the negative impacts in the future, they would want to step up and they would want to try to prevent these things that was shown in the video.
And Mr. Baldeosingh, let me bring you back into the conversation. Thanks. Tell me a little bit about the competition and the judging criteria.
The competition took into consideration that young people today are very focused on video content. They like to make their TikTok type videos to express themselves. And because of the COVID situation, many students were operating from home, and we joined them online using our e-learning platform to engage with them on this subject. The idea is to let them use their imaginations and think about that future. By 2050, the world needs to be carbon neutral to avoid the worst effects of climate change. So what we said to them is, imagine that you suddenly woke up and it's 2050. What do you see? What does the world look like to you in that future? And we engage with them this way, and we judge their submissions based on the technical content, their creativity, their engagement with the audience through using the medium of the video, and then the people's choice based on viewership on social media.
And the competition, where are you in terms of stages of the competition? What is the deadline? Can people still submit? Is there a specific target grouping that you're looking for? Give me some of that information. Thanks, Mr. Baldeosingh.
The competition was judged in 2 age groups, under 18 and 18 to 24, 19 to 24 years old. And this first part of this competition has finished, but based on the kind of response we have, we are going to launch a second phase. In this phase, we had very, very good responses. We worked with an organization called the Eco Warriors of the University of the West Indies, Faculty of Medical Sciences. And they came on board with us and helped to promote this. And we had sessions with the environmental clubs at the schools. We had riddles online, on CZITT online media. And we had other kinds of competitions associated with it leading up to the creation of the videos. This part is finished, and I'm happily announcing that Naparima girls, we told them that they won the People's Choice Award, but I can tell them now that they won in every category of our competition. So we felt we needed to recognize their efforts and to allow them to inspire other young people to get involved.
And Chrisane and Amaya, we want to get your thoughts on that when we return from the break, though. So stay with us, and congratulations. We are speaking with Chrisane Boodoosingh and Amaya John-Budhoo, as well as Donald Baldeosingh. Stay with us. We return with more.
Burning non-renewable energy and reforestation can lead to climate change.
What is this teaching?
Yeah, I don't know, yes. This thing's so boring. Yeah, that's never going to happen.
I feel like I just take a sleep, yes?
Me too.
Morning class. Today we will be starting the topic of climate change. So last week I assigned you all some questions. So let's hear them. Alexandria, 28 years ago, how did the environment differ from today?
Miss, I read online that they used to go swimming in beaches. We dare not set foot in our polluted waters now. People used to catch fish like sweet cascade and river mallet, which was safe to eat. There were beautiful coral reefs, vocal reef, and flying reef in southwest Tobago.
That's incredible to think about. Aruna, what lifestyle changes have occurred since 2022?
I found that back then there was clean, fresh air. People walk outside without using masks to breathe. Now we can hardly go outside for a long period of time. Also, students use books and pens for notes. We now use technology for almost everything.
That's quite correct. Back then, they used to have many trees to make paper. Alina, we mentioned the UN and its 17 Sustainable Development Goals. What did you find on this?
The most urgent goal was to take action against climate change, but it was not met. Countries were unwilling to invest in renewable energy and depleted the coal and natural gas reserves. I learned about the 1992 Rio de Janeiro famous summit in Brazil, where 178 countries agreed to protect humanity and the environment. However, as a result of failing to take action against climate change, the other 16 UN SDGs weren't achieved, as they were all linked to the success of that one goal.
Miss, according to my research on 2022, life has drastically changed. It is so heartbreaking. I've heard from my mom that people could even go swimming on their day off in rivers, beaches, and lakes, and have something called cookouts with others.
Precisely. Climate change refers to long-term shifts in climate and weather patterns. Corals have been destroyed and populations of fish have been decimated. Temperatures have risen 2.4 degrees over the years, and sea levels have risen tremendously. It's sad to think that, with a little effort, our predecessors could have solved it.
Whoa, what just happened?
I don't know.
Climate change really is a big problem.
We really need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We are speaking with some of the ladies in Winners Row, Chrisane and Amaya. And congratulations once more, ladies. How do you feel to hear the news that is not just People's Choice, you won everything?
We did not expect that.
It's crazy to think about.
It's like, oh my God, you're overjoyed.
It's good to see that our hard work paid off, like the work from all the girls involved, everybody involved.
And we even want to say hello and thank you to Sarsha Lal Sobrati, your teacher who was involved with it as well, I believe. But Chrisane, let me ask you, how do you feel about the future as it relates to climate change in the context of this potential video that you all would have done looking at the difference between 2022 to 2050?
Well, the future is uncertain. If we don't take action right now, we can clearly see that these things will happen in the future. But if persons like you could be everyday persons, all you have to do is at least try to do something like as small as reducing your carbon footprint, like using less plastic, and we can actually see a positive impact in the future because each little step will come a big way over the couple years. And by 2050, things should look really good.
All right, and Amaya, what do you think we need to do to avoid the scenes that you would have showed in that video?
Well, first of all, it's the little things like reducing, reusing, recycling, taking public transport or using like bicycles and reducing the amount of fossil fuels we use. And also if we can get larger companies that, well, burn more fossil fuels, one, and just have the money to combat climate change, then we could get to the point where we could save the planet.
And it also makes me wonder about the importance of the sustainable development goals that you all would have also highlighted going forward. And Mr. Baldeosingh, we're talking about importance and significance. What's the significance to you of young people understanding the impact of climate change? You spoke of a climate disaster a little earlier. So what was that significance for you?
Well, at this moment, I'm bursting with joy to see the responses of the young ladies. This is what CZITT is about. In the 6 years that we've been operating, this is what we are aiming for, getting young people more involved, getting them to understand better what's happening. And it is very motivating for us who are putting out a lot of effort with several volunteers to see their kind of response. It encourages us to go on to the phase 2 of this program of ClimaVision. And if you allow me, I could tell you what that will entail.
Please.
It includes going forward with these videos and creating another set that would be again judged. But this next set now, the winners of these video competition now, we are planning to mint what they call a non-fungible token, or NFT, for each of the winning top videos. And CZITT has established a storefront on an NFT platform so that these digital versions of their videos will be sold. And the people, the students who create them will earn cryptocurrency when their videos are purchased online through the NFT tokens. So we're going a long way with this.
Definitely so. And Chrisane, what effect do you think or do you hope that your video has had on other students and people further on who see it and also may look to buy the NFT version of it?
Well, we hope that not just our peers, but everyone, past and future generations, see this video and realize that they should take a stand now, because if persons don't stand like at this specific moment, we will not get anywhere and the future could be just like in the video. So we hope that everyone take away something at the end of the video, like they learn something, maybe the impact it could have, maybe I don't know, how small things could lead to something as big as what happened in 2050. All we ask of everyone is to do the simplest thing, change their lifestyle, and hope and pray that the future would be a better outcome.
Okay, and Amaya, was this a learning experience for you? And because it's one thing to say, okay, well, people who see the video, they can change, or what they know, what they believe can change. But were you expecting something a little different at the start of the video, and then you realize, okay, well, I've learned something at the end of the effort that you'll put together for this initiative?
Well, I knew that if we didn't take a stand against climate change, and don't change our habits, that things could be very, very bad. But I do think I learned a lot from this because there was a lot of research involved. There were many things that I didn't really take into consideration before. And I do realize that now I have to change more about my lifestyle just to help the planet.
All right, thank you so much. And we have about 2 minutes more, Mr. Baldeosingh. I really want to get into some of the work that CZITT has also been doing in terms of, I believe there's an e-learning platform which is being used. So in the last 2 minutes, tell us about this initiative. Thanks.
Our CZITT e-learning platform was a COVID response when students in the secondary school were suddenly stranded at home. We got together 60 content developers and we created 500 teaching videos and put them up for free, focusing on the CAPE syllabus. And those videos in the 2 years have been used by more than 10,000 students from all across the Caribbean. And we are continuing to add more and more resources for secondary school students through this platform. One other thing CZITT is doing, we have a sustainable agricultural carbon sink where we are planting trees at Exchange Village, Couva, on Saturday morning in a 5K run, where people will run 5K and then plant a tree to help to save the environment. So we want to encourage your viewers to participate in that program also.
And where do people get more information if they want to interact with CZITT a little more? What's your contact info, platforms that people can look out for? Thanks.
We are on Instagram and Facebook at Carbon Zero TT. And then we have CZITT.com is our main website. And they could also call 686-2873 to talk about collaboration. Can I quickly thank the Global Environment Facility Small Grants
Please go ahead.
Program, who have they have been a great support to building that e-learning platform and this competition. Victory Trading, Sharma's Tire Services, CP's Plumbing, and Unishore. We're very grateful to all the persons who come out and support CZITT as we do the kind of work that you're hearing and seeing here.
Very necessary and timely work, Mr. Donald Baldeosingh, founder of Carbon Zero Institute of Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Chrisane Boodoosingh and Amaya John-Budhoo of Naparima Girls High School Eco Activist Club. Congratulations once more, ladies. And on behalf of the entire TTT News team, this has been In Depth with me, Dike Rostant. Thank you for joining us.